Hi, 1 and 2 year old leaders. We are preparing for May 5th in our series called Be Strong and Courageous. Last week we talked about Joshua and Caleb and how God sent some asked Joshua to send Moses to send some spies into the promised land to show the people, the Israelites, how good it was there. And they brought back yummy food and they talked about how amazing the land was. But then they also talked about how strong the people were and how strong their beliefs in other gods were. And so God, because the Israelites got afraid and didn't want to go, he let them wander in the wilderness a lot longer. And our story today picks up with them wandering in the wilderness. And as a form of discipline for the Israelites, he sent snakes into their camp to bite them. But God didn't just discipline them. He also provided a way for them to be saved. Does that sound familiar? Remember in the Garden of Eden, the serpent tempted Eve, and God promised in that temptation and in Eve choosing to sin that he was going to make a way that we could be saved from that separation with God. He's doing it again. He is making a way for them to be saved. And so, crazy story, he tells Joshua to grab a snake and to put it up on a pole. And every time that somebody was bitten by a snake, if they looked at that snake on the pole, they would be saved. They would not die from their bites. I just think this is an amazing way because God, in the middle of the Israelites being disobedient and in the middle of the Israelites not seeing God as their number one, he continued to make ways for them to see it differently, just like he does for us. So that'll be your lesson for today as you teach your little ones. And so what you have is, if you have 1-year-olds, you're going to have some plastic snakes that look like this. If you have 2-year-olds, they're a little bit more able to handle things a little differently. And so we made some snakes out of pipe cleaners. What you're going to do is just throw all the snakes out on the table, and you're going to play kind of a pick up sticks kind of game. They're going to try to pick up their snakes without touching another snake or getting another snake caught on it. It's just supposed to be a fun way to remind kids that God provided a way to save them. Remember, our big picture question is, what does it mean to sin? To sin is to think, speak, or behave in any way that goes against God and his commands. And so what we're hoping that kids see in this is that God didn't leave his people when they complained. God healed his people when they looked at the bronze snake. In other words, he provided a way for them to be saved, just like our Savior Jesus saves us. He was providing a way then, and that we can trust God because he has a plan. Your memory verse is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord. Remember, trust is like pulling a rope. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Hopefully, learning some of these signs are helping you learn the words. You will also have a coloring page as a part of your activity today, that if you'd like for the kids to color that before they go home, they can do that. If not, just send it home with them so that all the families know that we did teach a Bible story today. Remember, We don't always have activities that have a take home, and that's on purpose because when the kids are in kindergarten through 5th grade, there's not always a take home every week. But we do give them opportunities to learn the story in a different way. And so the coloring sheets are for them to take home so that they have the chance to see that we're doing it. There's also the parent resources or family resources that a family could pick up either from our website, from the Parkway app, or up on our slat walls to take home and to learn what we're teaching the kids each week that we have them. Then you can pray and dismiss your kiddos. Thank you for leading. Hopefully you'll join us May 15th for our leader celebration at Outlaw Pass. Let Chris know if you're coming. Talk to you soon.